Assalamualaikum to everyone. Our topic is about the issue that happened in Palestine. The conflict is rooted in competing claims to land, Israel-controlled territories that Palestinians seek for a future state, including the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza Strip. Israeli settlements in the West Bank are a major point of contention.
خلاص يلا شيلوا ايديكم عدوا ل60 وبعدين حطوا ايديكم.
They claim they wanted to kill Hamas, but instead they actually killed the citizen because their point is to cleanse the Palestinian land. It has been 243 days since 7 October in 2023 when Israel-Hamas war between Israel and Palestinian militants, when Hamas launched a land, sea and air assault on Israel from the Gaza. After that, Israel started to step back. Because of that, many citizens were killed, and the amount of killed people in Palestine are increased day by day. People in Gaza have to go through this because people in Gaza didn't want to move because they own their land. The most saddest part is Palestinians have to live in their own land with fear.
Flash of white light lit up the sky over Gaza tonight. People running for cover, not knowing whether they're dead or alive. They came with their tanks.
Genocide can be defined as killing a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. In Palestine, they have been facing this genocide since 1948 till nowadays. The number of people killed is more than 34,900, and there is also some of them are missing, an estimated 10,000 of them. Today, Israel continuously destroys Palestinian areas till the Palestinians have to stay at Rafah. Rafah is only 64 kilometers square, and all 1.4 million Palestinians need to stay there without complete life support, and more worse, they just stay in tent among the crowded place. Today, Israel keep attack and aim people in Rafah, even though there is the only place left for Palestinian state. They have no place to run anymore. So, what is the consequence towards Palestinians in Rafah today? Firstly, they lost their lovely family members, such as parents and siblings. They died because of being crushed by the collapsing buildings. At the same time, they also lost their properties such as house and cars or motorcycle. Next, a lot of innocent lives die before they're living their life. A lot of babies and kids will boom every day. Lastly, it may cause long-lasting trauma for them. For example, losing family members giving a big trauma in their life forever.
תראו, חבר'ה פה, לא מפחדים, בחורות, בחורים, איזה יופי, עושים את המשאיות של החמאס, מקסימה, איזה יופי, תראו.
So the next issue I am going to talk is about shortage of food supplies. After the Hamas hit October 7 terrorist attacks, Israel ordered what its defense minister called a complete siege of Gaza. The goal was to weaken Hamas fighter and to ensure that no military supplies could enter. Israel officially claims that they are still allowing food and other humanitarian supplies into the enclave, but the aid groups have not distributed them efficiently. Gaza food shortage stems mostly from Israel blockade, which has been especially intense since October. The Israel government is using starvation of civilians as a method of warfare in the occupation of Gaza Strip, which is a war crime. Israel forces are deliberately blocking the delivery of water, food, and fuel while willfully impeding humanitarian assistance, apparently raising agriculture areas and depriving the civilian population of objects indispensable to their survival. Israel military action in Gaza have also had a devastating impact on Gaza agriculture sector. The sustained bombardment coupled with fuel and water shortage alongside the displacement of more than 1.6 million people to southern Gaza has made farming nearly impossible. So, as the consequences of the shortage food supply in Palestine, this is a completely man-made disaster that is seriously harming children' physical or mental health and might have fatal or drastically change in their course in life. So, children in Gaza are growing weaker physically as their hunger gets worse. They have severe malnourishment, their immune system weakened, their muscles start to deteriorate, and their vision becomes fuzzy. In this vulnerable state, pneumonia and diarrhea are the most common causes of death for children, so this disease is unavoidable. In addition to being stunned, the children who survive the bombardment but are forced to starve will suffer permanent damage to their physical and also mental development.
Gonna talk about is the collapse of Gaza's health system. Almost all of Gaza's population has been living without access to health care since October 2023. The health system in Gaza has been severely undermined as a result of the assault on its infrastructure, compounded by shortage of vital supplies and medical professionals. Within the first 6 weeks of 2024, the Israeli military denies access to more than 50% of admissions planned for north of Wadi Gaza and 25% for areas south of Wadi Gaza. Throughout April, an average of 187 trucks crossed into Gaza per day, which is about 37% of the pre-conflict aid delivered. Restriction on movement, forced displacement, and personal tragedies have severely hindered the capacity of Palestinian healthcare workers to provide essential medical aid. Since October, the Israeli military has conducted more than 400 attacks on healthcare facilities in Gaza. More than 480 healthcare workers have also been killed, and more than 160 others have been detained. In addition to physical injuries, the conflict has taken a toll on the mental health and well-being of these young survivors. Over 500,000 children in Gaza were identified as requiring mental health and psychosocial support. Currently, every child has experienced profoundly distressing event and trauma, characterized by extensive destruction and displacement. There are 350,000 patients in Gaza with chronic conditions such as cancer and diabetes, 50,000 pregnant women struggling to access necessary care, only 55% of essential drugs available in Central Drug Store of the Ministry of Health from 2019 to 2021 in Gaza. The RIC International Rescue Committee has warned of an imminent infectious disease outbreak in Gaza. Even with an immediate ceasefire, almost 12,000 people would lose their lives in Gaza as a result of disease. Nearly 90,000 could die of secondary health impact itself. Dr. Konstantina Liakaridi, an anesthetic in the EMT emergency medical team, explained the EMT surgeons had completed successful complex vascular and orthopedic surgeries on patients, later died due to infections in the hospitals and the inability to provide post-operative care.
Solving the problem in Palestine is incredibly complex, and it requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes of the conflict, the current humanitarian crisis, and the political impasses. First, renew peace negotiation. Restarting direct negotiation between Israeli and Palestinian leaders with a commitment to genuinely compromise international mediators, potentially including the United States, the United Nations, and regional actors, should facilitate these talks. Muslims.
Tanda besar kiamat adalah kemenangan secara total, which is orang Islam bersama Imam Mahdi dan Nabi Isa membunuh Dajjal dan semua orang Yahudi. Sampai kalau mereka menyorok belakang batu pun, batu tu akan bercakap bahawa Yahudi ada di situ dan akhirnya mereka akan dibunuh.
Other than that, from the Hadith point of view, the rise of Imam Mahdi will be defeat of the Jews all over the world. Fighting will not give us the victory except at the time the Prophet Muhammad has said.
Don't know what's inside of me. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about